So hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome to a new decade. It's the year 2020 and what we're going to have today is the first i-WearTec unboxing of this year. I'm quite excited that the item in question that we're going to unbox today is the Gen 5 Fossil Smartwatch, which is based on the Google Wear OS platform, and is the latest Wear OS by Google watch by Fossil, which was launched a couple of months ago. The reason why I'm reviewing it today is I was personally waiting for it to be reduced slightly on sale, and I managed to snap it up for £209 in the sales. The standard price, I think it was back up to today, is £279. You can buy it either from the Fossil website or Fossil stores, or the standard online platforms such as Amazon, which I think maybe they are selling it currently at about £230. But yeah, without further ado, let's unbox this beauty. So as you can see, it comes in a nice sleek box, very classy. And yeah, let's try and open it up carefully so that we don't break anything. Very excited, as I said, by this watch. It sounds very promising because it is one of the first, if not the first watch that has been shipped with the Snapdragon Wear 3100 processor, as opposed to the 2100, which some of the other Android Wear watches have been sporting so far, including the Mobvoi TicWatch Pro. It actually comes with 1 gig of RAM, which is again is quite unusual. Most watches so far have been, smartwatches have been coming with 512 megabytes of RAM rather than 1 gig, and it has 8 gigs of internal storage again, so that's pretty solid as a overall internal spec. So there we go. Right, so as we open it up, what we have inside the box, we have, it nicely comes off, and inside we have obviously the smartwatch itself. Take off the sticker, put it aside for a second. We also have inside obviously a charging cable and the magnetic charger that comes with it. This is a typical USB cable, which I believe is actually a fast charger, which should give you about 36 hours of use, depending on your usage. If you charge it up fully, I think it takes about 70 minutes to charge it up fully based on the quick charging facility it has. Inside we also have quite a few other booklets. We have I guess a very quick guide as to how to use a watch, from everything to charge it and power it on, how to download, I guess, the Wear OS app, as well as on the App Store. Within, as you just to advise, there's not just a Google watch. Obviously, although it's a Android watch, the great thing about Wear OS is that it can also be used by iOS and Apple's mobile as well, Apple users. And this, I guess, is a quick review of that. Then we'll see the full, I guess, manual, multilingual, which talks about all the usage and how to get the most out of the warranty. And that's pretty much it. So that's what comes in the box. So let's have a quick view about it. Just as a to advise everybody, there's 4 different models of this watch, which is the actual Carlyle version. The Carlyle version, which is this one, is the quote-unquote male version of the watch. The female version is called Juliana. It's slightly thinner and less of a large bezel, and of the thickness would be lower. But the Carlyle itself comes in, I think, 4 colors. This one, which is the smoke, stainless steel smoke HR. There's a brown leather strap version that's also available, and also there's a obviously a rubber one available with a black rubber strap, and I think lastly there's a black metallic one available as well, which I think is slightly more expensive than the other three. But this one is the Smoke HR metallic version. All right, so let's see if we can actually switch it on. Or whether it comes with any sort of power at all. Perhaps there's no power. No. So I guess what I will do now, guys, I will charge it up and then come back and carry on showing you the best bits of the smartwatch. All right, so guys, it's fully charged up now. Let's set it up, see how it performs. So I think you can either scroll down this way or use the dial, the crown, as I say. Pick English United Kingdom. I agree to the terms of use. Yep. Oh, look at that! It's already opening. It needs me to download and open Wear OS on my phone. So. All right, so I've got now the Wear OS code by Google. There. Start the setup. Google Fit. Automatic updates. Agree. Improve your watch's status. The Wear OS better. No thanks. Connect your watch. I think I've got a notification here for my Fossil Carlyle as well. So I'll start that. Did that already. There we go. So it's found it there. And it's starting to pair up. Yes, let's pair it. Done. We're connected. It's now syncing, I guess, between the phone and the smartwatch itself. And which accounts? Yes. So we're setting all my Google accounts now on my smartwatch, which is all right. So I think we're all set up now, as it says here. And you can see there we are completing setup. And the phone is showing all the details of the actual watch, connected by Bluetooth, how much percentage of battery it is there. You can see the watch faces that are available. The tiles you could choose as well, notifications, agenda settings, Google Assistant, and various settings. So I think I'll leave my phone for now, but we can probably come back to it later in terms of all the watch faces, etc. And now let's focus back onto this baby here, which is this beautiful watch. So welcome to Wear OS. This is the first time I'm setting this up. Swipe in each direction. You can see swiping to left discovers your tiles, e.g. Google Fit, the weather as it is right now, events, touch and hold to change tiles, and if you go the other way, I guess you will have your Google Assistant details, any details around the weather you have currently, your hourly forecast, searching, finding your phone, asking any questions to Google Assistant. You've got your settings there, presumably, which gives you more details into your account, your Google, OK Google detection, speech output, etc. You can see there the version of Android Wear OS at the moment that's on the phone. And there we are. So what have we got here actually, just in terms of the actual smartwatch itself, you have on the front a 1.3-inch AMOLED display, which looks pretty beautiful, I would say, in terms of details and all the colors of the screen and how clear it is. It's got Gorilla Glass 4, so that's good for, it will survive some hard knocks presumably. It's got a 44mm case made from steel, finished in silver, so a diameter of 44 millimeters, thickness of 12 millimeters, which is pretty decent because it's not very thick and keeps well on your wrist. It doesn't feel very bulky, as you can see. It fits quite nicely on my wrist. And I think the weight is about 60 to 70 grams. I think the other version, which comes with the rubber strap, would be obviously less weight, but this one, given it's the metallic strap, probably weighs in somewhere around the 65 mark. Again, it feels very light and stylish. It doesn't really feel like a bulky smartwatch at all, and very easy to handle. Other specs that it comes up with, from my understanding, it obviously has Bluetooth version 4.2, which is what it's using it to connect to my phone. It comes with GPS. It comes with Wi-Fi, obviously connectivity to your phone as well, and the Wi-Fi connectivity for the internet. It comes with NFC, which means you can do contactless payments using it, which is very handy, especially here in London when you are looking to make payments on the underground or the actual trains, as well as anything you want to buy in the shops. So you connect this with Google Pay and away you go. The battery life apparently is pretty decent. They are promising 36 hours of battery life, I guess, depending on your use. But I think that's also dependent on the type of usage you give it. And there's various settings, I think, in terms of the normal settings, and I think some saver settings for the battery as well, which will allow you to last it for longer. It has water resistance up to 3 ATM, which again will allow you to sort of go for a swim decently without having any issues with your actual smartwatch. The straps, as you can see, are removable. I'm not replacing as you speak, but these are 22 millimeter bands, and therefore they're pretty simple to take off, strap off and on, and you can choose what you want. You can either go for perhaps a more sporty version, or you may want to go for a leather version. I think the ones that Fossil themselves provide are black rubber ones, as well as brown leather, and I think there's a black strap as well, black metallic as well, which is also available. On the side of the watch, as you can see, we have 3 buttons. The first button creates, I think, a custom view for yourself in terms of what you may want to actually custom categories, to see how you want to sort of use the actual watch. The middle button is basically your system apps. So as you say, it comes up with here, you should see in this case, the Play Store, or the built-in apps, I guess. I haven't downloaded anything from the Play Store yet. So it's got the Play Store, it's got the agenda, it's got alarm, contacts, Find My Phone, Google Fit, for those people who want to use it for keeping their fitness levels up, Fit Breathe, Fit Workout, Fossil's app itself, I guess, Google Pay for those payments, as I said, by NFC, phone, you can obviously use this to call and receive phone calls directly onto your wrist. On the go, you've got the Play Store, reminders, settings, stopwatch, timer, torch, translate, Google Translate. Obviously, you can translate things live as you're on the go. And for some reason, we've got 2 apps for weather. Now, that is the number of built-in apps there are. And of course, if I go into the Play Store, in theory, I can go in and download various other apps, which we can probably see as the phone and the watch are syncing up, and allows you to sort of go into Google Play. All right, so we've got into the actual Play Store, and you can see the various apps there are. They're actually recommending some for me. This is some, I guess, some playtime in some games, streaming audio, probably things like streaming audio music players, some productivity apps, essentials for OS, workout ones, watch faces, and then here are the ones that are in my actual phone. So it's now telling me what apps I've got on my actual phone, and therefore which I could download straight into this app. Which means that, because I know I've got quite a few more apps than this, these are the only ones which are probably available in Wear OS rather than the full-blown version of Android. But let's have a quick look here. Essentials for Wear OS. What are the various apps they are suggesting? You got Google Keep, Google Fit, Mr. Time, Adidas Run Tasting app, Podcast Republic, blah de blah blah de blah. So that's quite interesting. I'm not going to go and start showing you every app that's available here, but you can see it's pretty decent. And at the end of this video, I will start downloading more apps into this and give you a full review of the actual smartphone. So that was the second button, and the third button, this actually goes straight to your workouts, I understand, for Google Fit, and allows you to start setting this up for various workouts where they want to do walking, running, cycling, strength training challenges, other workouts presumably, including various sports, American football if you're American, badminton, baseball, basketball, potentially maybe looking for things like swimming. Where's swimming? Do they have swimming? Potentially no. Okay, well let's investigate whether we can swim with this watch and therefore whether you can track your workouts. And on the left-hand side of the watch is actually the actual single speaker, and of course that's useful for listening to any music straight from the watch, or of course because you want to make and receive calls, this is the actual loudspeaker where the phone will receive your calls and be able to release the sound. And at the back of the watch, very quickly, you can see we have the Fossil logo, but what there is here is the actual optical heart rate sensor. There's a charging pins which allow basically the charger to be placed magnetically on the back and start charging it. And as I said, apparently this should take about 60-70 minutes to charge fully and give you up to 36 hours of battery life, depending on, of course, your level of usage. So that's pretty much it in terms of the first view of the watch itself. I'm pretty impressed by at least the screen and the likes of it, how bright it is, how very quick it is to react and scroll, in terms of the actual speed of low latency of the watch. But that's also down to the fact that this is one of the few watches in the market with Google OS which has 1 gig of RAM. So most other smartwatches have 512 meg of RAM, which are obviously a lot slower, whereas this is a lot faster. And you can see how quick it is in terms of scrolling. There's absolutely minimal lag. See how quick it is. And at some point I'll get rid of this tutorial, which is a bit annoying, but when I get rid of the tutorial I'll be able to use it properly. Here you can see you can set up Google Pay. This is the battery life. I can various settings for the battery. You could probably switch between various things. This is daily mode, which is the one I had going on at the moment, which is the most featured enabled mode. Keep you connected in every way, it says. There's extended mode, which increases the life of the smartwatch by make it through the weekend without needing a charge. This mode was made more for yourself if you wanted that sort of thing. Time only mode, which I guess will just focus purely on time and not allow you to use it as a full-blown smartwatch. And then there's a custom mode, which will allow you potentially to go in and customize things as you wish. A halfway horse between maybe the full-blown and the time only. Now, as you can see here, pretty much it. I don't want to go into the most basic things. I will give you another more in-depth view of this smartwatch once I've used it myself for a week or so, and then be able to give you a better review. As you can see here very quickly, if you keep it tapped, you can look at the various other smartwatch faces there are. You can change the face of the watch to various other ones. This is the next gen one. You have here another one for the machine, and I guess if you click here, you'll see various other smartwatches faces, which looks pretty cool. Something more fashionable here, another more funnier one there, and some more funky ones. There's a Google Fit ones, and of course, well, as you can see, quite a few ones which are being provided by both Google and Fossil themselves. You can probably go into the Google Play Store and even download more, but that's not what I'm going to do now. I'm pretty happy with what comes out of the box, and there you go. As I said, it looks pretty slick, the watch. It looks very stylish on my wrist as well. Do you want to enable phone calls? Yes, I do, and that will allow me to start looking at Android Pio later, and I can now start theoretically answering calls on my smartwatch direct. So more on that in the next review. But for now, thank you very much for joining this video, the first one for 2020, for, as I said, the Fossil Carlyle Gen 5 smartwatch based on Wear OS. And, you know, hit like, hit subscribe, join our channel, tell everybody about it. And, you know, any questions about this or any other products we've reviewed so far, let me know. And feel free to put any comments or any questions you have. Thank you very much. Peace.